Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Bigger, Badder, Better. The Chad Prather Show.
Bigger, badder, better.
Bigger, better, better.
Bigger, badder, better.
Bigger, Badder, Better. The Chad Prather Show on Blaze TV. That's a mouthful. How you like that?
I like it.
Steve, you're a man of many words.
I am. It's too early for this.
What were we talking about? Steve Helms commented on Instagram and said, slow day for podcast guests, huh? He was talking about you.
Oh, which podcast did he listen to? Did he listen to one the day that I was sick?
Steve Helms has never listened.
I was going to say, he doesn't listen
to the podcast at all. But I'm still getting used to being in the new digs. I like being here in Studio 22. Going forward, by the way, Mark, it doesn't matter what studio we're in, it's Studio 22. Going forward, that's 22. Studio 22 is the deal.
Isn't it right behind me on the wall?
It's on the wall right there behind
right
you.
Here.
So
can you see it?
Everybody can watch the podcast now. You can listen to it. And what's funny is I had somebody the other day who sent me a message who said, you know, would you start putting the podcasts on YouTube so us normal everyday folks can get them? And I said, well, all you got to do is go to the Blaze and go to any of their pages and just hit the link. You can play it directly from the website. So
it doesn't cost anything to play it from their website, right?
No.
See?
No.
That's easy.
And people say, well, I can't afford the Blaze. Well, you don't have to subscribe to the Blaze to listen to the podcast. But I recommend it so you can watch all of the good quality program we're putting together.
Bunch of other stuff on there.
That's right, like Humor Me with Chad Prather. That's a fantastic show.
That is.
It's amazing. Amazing.
That way people can see me be the butt of your jokes.
Exactly. But now they can watch the videos. There's no excuse. You can get all the Chad in your life that you need. That's a lot of Chad.
I get a lot of Chad.
That's a lot of dangling Chad is what that is. You can go to blazetv.com/Chad. Got a new promo code, CPS, for the Chad Prather Show. CPS.
CPS?
$10 off. You can use promo code Chad. You can use promo code CPS. I'm giving you the deals.
Is that $10 off for the whole year?
The whole year.
Nice.
Annual subscription. $10 off. It's a great deal.
Yeah.
You basically paid $7 a month, give or take. Give a little.
That ain't bad.
Take a little.
I'm going to have to use that code.
So
save what I can.
So something that happened, I want to talk about this. It's on my politicalcowboy.com. And give a shout out to my guys at Road Armor too. They still got my truck. I think they're almost done with it though. So I was on Sarah Gonzalez's show, The News and Why It Matters, with Stu and with Glenn Beck. And we had been so busy, I really didn't know what was going on in the news.
That's me every day.
I know. You pay a lot more attention to the news now that you run the roads with me.
I feel like I have to, or I'm just another dumbass that doesn't know what's going on.
No, you're still a dumbass.
Yeah, I know.
But you got a lot more political. Like you never been heavy into politics or anything like
not really.
that.
I've always leaned a little right, more conservative, but I've always been kind of in the middle on most things.
Like a dead possum.
Yeah, it's kind of,
in the middle of the road.
I'm like, you do your thing, I'll do my thing. You just leave me alone, and I'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
That's most of my politics.
Yeah. But you're a good solid libertarian in that regard. And you just don't cram it down your throat.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's most things.
I don't care what you do, just don't cram it down my throat.
Yes.
Don't make me, don't try to legislate your morality onto me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But you pay a lot more attention to it. So anyway, someone called me politically radical the other day because they were wanting to know, and I'm going to get to my point in a minute, from politicalcowboy.com and the news item that I talked about today on the News of Why It Matters, or recently on the show. Excuse me. Somebody was asking, who out there in the world of speakers, which I'm out there in that world, is speaking kind of for the world of agriculture and farmers and ranchers and stuff like that. And someone mentioned me on Twitter, and the person said, why I want somebody who's not a political radical. And the person said, what about Chad Prather's radical? And they're like, well, he just talks politics all the time. That makes a person radical. See, that's the crazy thing. It's this thought police, the word police, all of these things. We throw around these words these days that we don't even know what they mean. So if you don't stick your head in the sand and ignore current events and topics of the day, when things affect your life, like politics, if you talk about politics at all, you're a radical now. You're a radical. People think that, all you do is talk. If you are conservative, you're considered a radical these days by the mainstream. People are going to say, oh, well, you're full of hate or racism or homophobia or whatever, xenophobia. You know what xenophobia is? It's when you don't like foreign people.
Okay.
You're afraid of them, scared of them.
I'm not afraid of them.
I'm not afraid of anyone.
I've been around them.
I've been around them.
I had Thai food today. I'm not afraid.
We ate Thai food today. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's so, to the point, Rob Lowe, everybody knows Rob Lowe, the actor.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe.
What did he play in?
Man, I'm going to punch you in the face. He was on the West Wing. He was in About Last Night. Rob Lowe.
He goes way back, though.
Way
Wasn't he like a
back.
teen, like when we were teens, he was like a teen heartthrob kind of deal?
Maybe to you.
Well, no, well, maybe so.
Maybe Jason likes him.
It's
Jason Hernandez,
Where's
our
he at?
metrosexual producer.
Yeah.
Of Humor Me. So, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so Rob Lowe comes out with a tweet after Elizabeth Warren had announced her presidential bid. She's running for president. And, of course, she's been proven that she's not Native American, even on her Texas bar exam application, she said she put American Indian. That was her race. And she's not. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know a single person in my life that doesn't claim to be some portion of Native American. I don't.
I did the DNA test. I am 100% white.
Yeah,
100%.
Everyone I speak to, they're
Eastern European, British.
But they have that same.
Scandinavian.
They all have the same story. They always. Well, my grandma said that we had Indian in us. I've heard that from everybody. So she's not alone on that. Now she just took it to the, She used it for what she
used it for illegitimate gain, like scholarship.
She
money
wasn't telling
and things
bar
like
stories
that.
and stuff
Right.
about her Native American heritage. She was trying to get something over on the government.
So Rob Lowe, who he speaks out on politics, and he made a joke, and his joke was he said Elizabeth Warren would bring a whole new meaning to commander in quote chief.
Classic. That's awesome. That's funny.
Exactly. It's a good joke, and of course, Twitter went berserk. People on Twitter went berserk to the point where he finally had to delete the tweet. Which
I don't understand
stupid.
why he would delete it, because Twitter's a big joke anyway.
Right.
I mean, it is totally, that's what it's for.
I love how
It's
people
putting
judge you. Do you
jokes
do
and
much Twitter, Mark? Twitter, do you do much Twitter? Not a lot? I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. And it's just a barn fire. I mean, it really is.
That's where you can go throw a rock at somebody and then run.
So, it's just, and that's the whole thing. You go to politicalcowboy.com. We got an article on there. It talks about just identity politics. It's absolutely gone nuts. So, Elizabeth Warren, she milked her quote unquote Native American ancestry for all it was worth. But then when you get busted for not actually being Native American, then you get mocked for it. You get to call your critics racist. Now, explain that to me. I mean, that doesn't even... You lied. People criticized you when you got caught in the lie. And so basically everybody wants to call you a racist for calling the person out for lying. And they're the same race as you. That's the world. That's the logic. That's the illogical world we're living in today. Absolutely ridiculous. So Rob Lowe did the deal. Of course, obviously, everybody thinks Elizabeth Warren was the victim. So, blah, blah, blah.
Nobody on either side is going to let that go. It's too much fun with that.
Well, he followed up. He deleted the tweet, but he says, I deleted my Elizabeth Warren tweet. It was a joke, and some peeps got upset, and that's never my intention. On the good side, I just got to use the Oxford comma. So, I'm not sure he knows what the Oxford comma is. But he says, observation, many polarizing politicians actually like each other, privately help each other, and publicly stir the pot, playing for the votes. That's fine. Only thing wrong with it is when we buy it whole cloth, breeding intolerance, anger, and total inability to laugh at anything. So, I agree with that. There's a time, when politicians were open game for mockery, but now, you got to be perpetually offended. And that's one of the things you can't do anymore. You can't be humorous.
What about political cartoons? I mean, those have been around for
so my
hundreds
buddy
of
Tony
years.
Branco, he puts the Branco political cartoons out every day. I share them. He's one of our web editors. He sends them out on our group email every morning for people to share if they want to. I share them. People lose their freaking minds.
Some of them are funny. Sometimes I have to go read and know why it's funny.
Yeah.
You go kind of.
No, I mean
it makes me go discover something that I didn't know.
And they lose their mind because they can't do it. So I'm not apologizing. I've told you that over and over again. I'm not apologizing for making jokes. Not doing it. Won't do it. Not. If you apologize, you're admitting guilt. I don't want to make anybody upset either. I mean, but you know what? If we've talked about this, if you're doing comedy and you're making jokes and you don't make people feel a little bit uncomfortable, you're not doing comedy. You're just not. People have to feel uncomfortable. I have had plenty of people who have sent me messages after the fact that say, we got up and left your show because we were offended by the opener, or you talked about, this or that.
I laugh at those people as they're walking out the door offended.
Exactly.
Because I find that funny because I see that and they have, and they're coming out the door and they're voicing, well, that wasn't what I.
That ain't what I wanted.
It wasn't political enough.
It wasn't political enough. I wanted a political.
And so I laugh at them as they're going out the door.
The guy the other day sent me a message. He said, we left when you started making fun of California. This was the Redding show. He said, when you were making fun of California, we'd had enough. And
Really?
So we left. He said, you should do more family political comedy. I'm like, I was doing it, making fun of California. That was the whole point. I was making political jokes about California.
We usually make fun of
Wherever
wherever we're at. It
Yeah,
could
sure.
be,
If you can't make fun of California,
we can make fun of Texas, different parts of Texas,
Sure.
different,
yee yee.
Yeah.
If you can,
Are you reading my
yeah,
hat?
you got a yee yee hat on.
Can you-
If you're not making fun of California, you're not paying attention.
That's true.
And I love Californians.
I like California.
We got great fans in California. We do. We got great people who support us. We've never had an unsuccessful show in California, and we've done what? 15 now?
Yeah.
All
and
over California?
they show up.
Yeah, they come out. And we got several more California shows lined up. And guess what I'm going to do when I get there?
Make fun of California.
You're damn right I'm going to make fun of California. The place exists to take your money. It exists. I mean, it looks for ways. They're trying to put a tax on public water usage now. They're trying to make you pay for public water now.
I know what the taxes are when we get out of there at night.
Yeah.
After a show,
Brutal.
Merchandise, everything is
I have to
brutal.
fill out applications every year just so I can work in California, just so they'll collect the right amount of taxes.
Yep.
You go to California, L.A. has now claimed a sanctuary city status or whatever. It's a joke, dude.
Taxes that high, and look at the homeless population. Look at all the problems they have in the inner cities.
They do. So they have. You have a.
Tell me how that's working for you.
Well, okay. So California. Let's talk about that for a minute, because California is number one in almost everything. Most industries, agriculture, all the same. But it's a big state. It's a big state. There's more agriculture there than a lot of places. People don't realize. But in terms of their economy is they produce a lot in California, but they tax the hell out of everybody. That's why, and California is still growing. I mean, people are coming in there. They can't keep up with the housing market because in California, that's why houses are so expensive, because rather than put a neighborhood in, California realizes it's more valuable to put a box store in or a shopping center in that land because you can tax it more and make more money off of it. So there's not enough houses for everybody. Therefore, you're spending $1.5 million for a 2-bedroom shack in San Diego. You know what I mean? So anyway, California, but you got to make
minimum
fun
wage
of
is
it.
$15 an hour, right?
Yeah, and they're going out of business.
Yeah.
Places are going out of business because they can't afford $15. It's true.
No, I believe it.
Crazy. I read a story about that the other day, that one of the deals, it was just talking about it's a dismal failure. Well, I mean, no kidding. Hang on, I'm going to drink some apple juice.
I didn't bring any apple juice. But
We got a whole bar over there.
I did bring my water.
We got a stocked bar. Can they see the bar over here behind me? Yeah, see? We're going to fill that sucker up with Redneck Riviera. I've got it all bought, and we haven't filled it up yet. If you haven't tried Redneck Riviera, I know I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the listeners.
I have tried it.
It's good stuff, and you can get it for under $25 a bottle. That's a deal, my friend.
At my Super Bowl party, that's what I served.
Yeah. John Rich would be proud.
It flowed
You should have
well.
invited John Rich to your
I don't think
your
he's
Super Bowl
probably
party.
busy.
I don't think he would come step foot in your house, party foul. I don't think he would.
We'll
ask him.
All right, we'll ask him. It's nothing fancy.
John was sick, man. We were in Nashville, and John couldn't visit with us because he was sick. Everybody was sick. I'm falling apart.
Everybody's been sick for the last some kind of little bug or something.
Yeah. Well, we don't get sick.
Nope. I'm over
why?
mine.
You know why? Because we drink the apple juice.
That's it.
The apple juice. Did you watch the Saturday Night Live when they were talking about the Virginia blackface scandal?
No, I didn't watch any Saturday Night Live.
I don't watch it either. But you can go to politicalcowboy.com, find out all about it.
I can. I'll have to do that.
Yeah.
Is that your website?
Yeah.
I should check it out sometime.
We're doing an overhaul on watchchad.com.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. And it's going to be beautiful.
Bigger, badder,
bigger,
better.
better. Bigger, better, badder.
Bigger, better, better.
Yeah. So anyway, I talking about apologizing. So Ralph Northam, who the Virginia governor, who was pictured, he's either in blackface or he's in a KKK robe, and he wouldn't say like which he was in the picture. He apologized for it, but then he came back later on and he says wasn't his. He says I vividly don't remember. That's what he said.
Vividly doesn't remember. Well, what are the two people? They're in a picture together, right?
Yeah.
What are they doing in that picture?
They were at a party.
Are they just standing there?
Yeah.
Showing unity, or
no? They were like a Halloween party.
Okay. Well, they were saying, "Hey, now we get along." Or
yeah.
Okay.
Now, lest you forget, this is the guy who advocated for the murder of newborn babies, not unborn babies. Yeah.
Virginia's they're in a little pickle there, aren't they?
Yeah. So I advise you you can go watch the skit, the videos on politicalcowboy.com. This is good stuff. I tell you what, man. This is good stuff. It's the best apple juice. Takes care of my shakes. Way to fill the void while I was drinking there, Steve.
Oh, well, I was watching you drink,
space.
and I was like, I looked up, and I'm like,
they should give you a show,
a microphone. No, it'd be dead air.
It would be
That'd
dead
be
air.
the name of the show is Dead Air.
I know. That's great. Dead Air with Party Foul Steve.
Yes.
People can just listen to you breathe.
Silent.
Just listen to you breathe and fart every now and then.
Yep. Every now and then.
Tell me a story.
I feel like I should be doing something with my hands. I'm like, you know me, I'm always like doing something with my hands.
Don't give me
picking
fodder
stickers,
for great jokes right now, Steve, about what you can do with your hands.
Try not to pick my nose because,
Yeah, you're being watched.
In the old days on the podcast,
hundreds of thousands
did everything I
of
wanted to
people.
do. Now, I hope it's hundreds of millions.
It's going to be. It's going to be. We're going to have just a huge lineup of guests and celebrities and non-celebrities. We're not going to discriminate. We're going to have all the people on here because we love all the people. It's fantastic.
We're going to have to pull some more chairs in here so we could have more than just two.
We'll get a choir.
Yeah.
We'll get a whole choir in here, Steve.
All right,
we will. That. Jade's going to be on the show a lot.
Nice.
Everybody loves Jade. Jade was supposed to be working 2 days a week. That was her schedule at the clinic, right?
Okay.
She hadn't missed a day in months. I mean, she's been working nonstop. So
she's saving up for a nice.
I don't know what she's doing. I haven't seen a penny of all that doctoring money.
There you go.
I haven't seen a penny of it. You know, I've never made a dime off of YouTube. I just got my 1099 in from YouTube. Mm-hmm. Jade's gotten every penny of that. I've never seen a penny of it. It goes into her bank account. Because when I started on YouTube, I was thinking, well, there's nobody watching this stuff. So when I set up the AdSense account to begin with, I set it up just direct deposit into her account because that was the handiest checkbook I had was her deal. I didn't put it in mine because I was thinking, I'm not going to make any money off of this.
So, okay.
She's gotten it all.
Okay, YouTube, you can have individual channel. You have an individual channel on there that just has your content.
Yep.
So, but you can place links on Facebook and stuff that go straight to that YouTube
yep.
page. Okay. Because that's the only time I ever really go to YouTube is if it comes up on Facebook and I click on it.
Yeah.
It takes me there.
Or if I need instructions on how to replay a filter or something.
Oh yeah,
like
I'll
that.
go for stuff like that. I'll go look up that. That's how I learn. I fix my washer. I fix my dryer. 2 or 3 different things I've done. I went and followed the steps on a YouTube video.
That's how Mark became director of this show.
Hey,
he learned how to direct. All YouTube, 100%. That's School of Hard Knocks.
Is that how you learned podcast?
I'm still no. I need to watch a video.
Watch a video.
I should watch it. I should do a video about videos. And I don't know. I think that social media. Y'all have heard me talk about this over and over again. Social media, it's absolute. It's a dumpster fire. I mean, it really is. I don't know. In the long run, it's going to be the end of all of us. It really is. It's the end of all of us because I don't think we're supposed to be that connected all the time.
No, but I think especially for, these days and times when families live all over the place, it's not like the old days where everybody lived on the same farm or next door. I mean, they still do in my hometown, but a lot of people move out and kids move, and the next thing you know, your family's spread out all over the country. You can go on Facebook and you know what all your cousins are doing.
I don't want to know what my cousins are doing.
Sometimes I just want to spy on them, You want to see what that girl you used to like's doing, and you're glad you don't like her no more.
Like to see how her life's failed.
Yes,
after she dumped me.
Yes,
No, I don't want to know what my cousins are doing necessarily, but I mean, you should be able to pick up a phone and call. But I get what you're saying, but I think it's just made people too brazen. We're tied. Like I've told you before, we used to sit on the toilet and read the shampoo bottle.
Yeah.
Now we take our phones in there, and every phone on the planet's been with you in the toilet.
Oh, yeah,
it has. So when they say, "Here, talk to Aunt Carla," think about that when they hand you that phone.
Aunt Carla's on the pot right now.
Yeah, she's talking to you from her toilet. Yeah. So I personally can't be friends with my children on Facebook. It's unsafe. I don't want people knowing that, because they would see the connections that are there.
Oh yeah, people see the connections as it is, and they start. People friend and do all this kind of stuff, and they try to make those connections that are, oh, well, I know your dad, or I know, and you're like, my kids will say, Dad, who's this? I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I got daughters. I mean, I don't want these crazy people that are, they don't need to know they're connected to me.
Yeah. How many social media platforms are you on right now?
So I have 5 specific Facebook pages. I have several others that are on there that no one knows that I'm connected to.
Okay.
Things like Tribunist.com, which is another news platform. I'm on the advisory board of that. There's a few of them out there that are like that I have. There's some social channels. And then, of course, I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have Snapchat, although I don't use Snapchat. I'm not 18.
Snapchat's, I was going to say, that's kind of for kids, isn't it? And
well, I don't know. I mean, there's
boobs.
No way. I don't know how you would effectively share communication the way I enjoy it via Snapchat. Yeah. Pictures, I understand. Instagram, that's about as visual as I need to get. I've got about 100. I don't have a huge Instagram following.
Yeah, Instagram's kind of became the mainstream for a lot of people as far as their social media, because it is as simple as a picture and flip through pictures.
What's a Facebook platform for pictures? I mean, basically, and they Facebook's added the 24-hour story to it, and for those of you who don't know, Facebook owns Instagram, so and Twitter's just horrible, but I can't get away from it. I mean, honestly, if there's something breaking, it's newsworthy, I jump on Twitter.
Yeah.
I see people's responses.
I kind of go look at Twitter, but I don't get on there much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I can't tweet a lot. I really can't, because I get mad. If I get on there very much, I'll drink a little apple juice and jump on Twitter, and that's when it gets legit then. Late night on a Saturday night, whatever, it gets legit. And I ain't a fan of that.
I'm not posting that picture on Instagram.
Because it brings bad things out of me. Let me see it.
Yeah.
I'm smiling for Steve.
There you go. This is for Instagram, though.
Yeah. There you go.
I'll put it in my story.
There you go. Boom. I got to lose weight again. I'm feeling
Do it.
bloated.
You got to start.
Let me see.
Start now. How's that?
Let me see.
Like that?
No.
Yeah. I didn't like that either.
You're a really bad photographer, dude.
Well, I want to stay. Oh, there we go. How about some angle to it?
I guess. Whatever. Steve, quit. Just quit.
I'm not. Gosh, what does that look? Anyway,
just quit.
No, I'm not very good at. I can take pictures of myself.
Oh, we know that.
I should do that.
They used to call me the selfie king. You're the selfie king.
No, I kind of laid off the selfies for a long time.
Yeah, and me too.
Looks funny with a big black mic in my mouth.
Oh, whoa, whoa! You're a mess, dude. Oh. That's funny. How we doing on time?
We're at 26 minutes.
Good Lord, have mercy.
26 minutes.
26 minutes. Feels like we've been talking for hours.
I know. It goes by fast, but in a way.
Not when you're on.
So what's on? What?
Not when you're on. It drags. It drags. Tell me about a young Steve Powell. That's what I want to know.
How young? How young do you want to get?
We don't really want to know. I know everything there is to know about you, Steve Powell.
That's good.
Yeah. Party.
Keep it to yourself.
Steve. So how's your wife doing?
She's doing great.
Yeah.
You should know. She's probably already texted you.
She probably is.
Probably texting you.
She keeps me in the loop.
Yep.
Yeah. When I dropped you off the other week at your house, she texted me about an hour later and said, "Please take him back," because you were sick and you were being a whiny baby.
Oh yeah, she says I'm just the biggest whiny baby. Most of the time I want to be left alone.
Right.
So if I'm
titty
sick,
baby, that's what Heath Oaks calls them, titty babies.
So she says I'm a big baby.
Yeah. Well, you're a big baby. Nice. But no, I think it's funny. The social media stuff has been a blessing in so many ways, but you get to a point where you really just want to turn it all off. You just want to turn it all off. But you can't. Anybody out there that is doing anything successful in the entertainment business, if you're trying to make it in business these days, social media is your main driver. You've got to have it.
Every business, if you don't have social media,
you got to have it.
You're losing business.
Well, that's where your marketing takes place, And so I have people who will jump on there and they complain. I've had people who have complained about saying we have got too many commercials or whatever on the podcast or whatever. But yet, you just said you wanted it for free.
Yeah.
That's how you get it for free. That's how we pay for these things. So look at this beautiful studio.
Yeah.
You think Mark Tate works for free?
He don't work for free. I don't work for free.
No.
Not too much.
So we need sponsors. We lost all of our sponsors when we switched from Podcast One and came over to. So we lost Squatty Potty. Let me talk to you about the power of the potty. We lost Squatty Potty. We lost Blink Home Security. We lost They weren't a sponsor for long, but it was basically the liquid Viagra.
You're still giving them spots.
I know. I'm a giver. But now we got Road Armor.
Yeah.
And they're not a podcast sponsor, but we'll talk about them. We got Redneck Riviera. They're great guys. We got American Hat Company. Bam. Look at these Fenolio boots right there. They give me, but
RW Arms.
RW Arms. We got guns. We need to trick this place out with some guns.
Yeah.
Mark, that's what we need to do. We need a rifle propped up against Herbert the deer. Studio 22 gets crazy in here at night.
AR-15 right across his horns.
I bet this place is haunted, man.
You think?
I don't know. We're going to get my buddy Dave Schrader in here. I had Dave Schrader. He's a paranormal expert. I don't know how you become that other than you just hang out in weird places and call yourself an expert. He was on the podcast a while back. And yeah, it's creepy stuff, dude. But anyway, back to social media. You got to have it. You got to do it. And it gives you that platform. You got to know how to run it. You've come a long way with it.
I've tried.
Yeah.
I've tried. Matter of fact, I think it was about 4 years ago when I was really started doing research on podcast, and I talked to it about a couple of friends, and they're that sounds cool, but I had no idea what it was, what I wanted it. I knew what I wanted it to be, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So because I'm never political, as far as politics, that was not even, never a thought in my head to go have a podcast where I talk to politics.
And now you're a radical.
Yeah, radical. But So no, I was, at that time I was working in the music scene, in the Texas music scene, and I thought about doing, hey, some type of podcast or something that you could, a behind the scenes kind of podcast, not with
Right.
the front men of bands and stuff, but like the guys on the road with them, the guys that never get any, they don't get a lot of spotlight. You don't
Right.
know who we do because we've been immersed in the scene for a long time. We do know the players and their merch guys, their stuff like that. But there's so many others out there that don't know, and they're like, what? That guy's he may be playing steel guitar, but he's working on his accounting degree, and he's,
Right.
that kind of thing. And, but anyway, I wanted to do something along those lines where I talk to those back, men. And anyway, it never happened.
We'll get him on this show.
We'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to
Do
get our buddy
something.
Granger Smith on here.
Yeah, that's going to happen. We got some great stuff coming up. That's going to be really cool.
Can we talk about that yet?
I think we can talk about it a little bit.
But yeah, so Granger and his guys have invited us down to Austin. He's working on a new music video and for Earl Dibbles.
Earl Dibbles Jr.
And, and he put a dip in.
Crack a cold.
Crack a cold one. So anyway, he's invited us to come down and be a part of that. Should be fun. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
He just wants us to share his stuff
Hey.
on our massive social media.
Well, and
But see, that's the thing these days. So our buddy Aaron Watson. Aaron has become hugely successful in a big, big way with his music. But that was whenever his last record, Vaquero, came out, he hustled. He called me. He called a number of other people. He was here at the Blaze, came on with Glenn, and he found influencers who would share the record. And so that was the deal when it came out.
Went number one on.
And it went number one without being a part of a major label. He was on Billboard's number one. It was number one album in the country when it was released because of social media influencers. So you see the power of that, the power of social media. God forbid you can't tell jokes about Pocahontas or, Elizabeth Warren anymore. I've told this before. My favorite post of all time, I got crucified for it because the joke was karate is Japanese for my kid can't hit a curveball.
You might be onto something there.
And people lost their freaking minds. How dare I insult karate like that? How my son has special needs and
all of my kids were in karate. Shut up.
Exactly. I mean, whoopee-doo. I mean, okay. So karate helped you. That's fantastic. I made a joke about it. Get over yourself. I mean, that's still one of my all-time favorite jokes. And that to me is another one, and it's not.
If they would have had karate when I was a kid, I'd have been in karate, not on the baseball field.
Yeah. I mean, for me, social media was always an outlet for jokes, whether they were mine or I shared somebody else's or just I wanted to put a smile on people's face. They're going through their day, humdrum, blah, blah, blah. That's what gave me the boost on social media was getting on there and being humorous. Not being silly, but just having an observation that's humorous, And so it grew the platform. People can't take jokes anymore, though.
Nope.
There's power in social media. So we are about to be working on a book. I'm writing a book, and we'll talk more about that on down the road. But we fully intend to use the power of social media to move that book, John Rich and I are working on a song together that's pretty funny and lighthearted. And we're going to try to get some folks involved like Kid Rock and Gretchen Wilson and those kind of folks to do some stuff with us. But we're going to put it on social media. We're going to sell it. We're going to put it on iTunes, and all the proceeds we're going to send to Folds of Honor. Which is a great organization. So it's power of social media. It ain't social and it ain't media. I don't know what it is, but it's something else.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because we do have a lot of friends that have a lot of influence that are all out there willing to do the same thing for each other.
I've done a lot of projects with Adley Stump. Adley's got a great Instagram. She's constantly moving and shaking and entertaining, and beyond just her singing career, but she's also doing a lot, that's funny. and great stuff. She and I have collaborated together on a number of projects, and it's just exponential. So that's one of the reasons why I'm excited to be on Blaze TV. And when I came on board with CRTV and then they merged, I was excited about it because there's power in numbers, you know? And Blaze has been hugely helpful in promoting me, the launch of Humor Me, this show, you know, giving us the promo codes, giving us the ability to market ourselves out there. And then they're sharing it, you know? My buddy John Miller that hosts White House Brief on Blaze TV, he shared the podcast today, and that's great. You know, I shared his the other day. He shared mine. I didn't ask him. He didn't ask me. I like his show. And that's great because I could tell you this. I've been on other podcast platforms in the year where there was no other talent sharing my stuff there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and you do have those that will reach out to you and say, hey, do this for me. Can you do this?
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, I'll do it. Then the next thing you do is you're doing something, you put it out there and say, hey, can you do this? And you don't hear from them.
It does happen.
You just have to put that little check mark in the back of your head.
Yeah. We don't help them people anymore.
Yeah.
We don't help those
They're
folks.
just like, all right.
Yeah. No. It's you know.
It is
And the other thing that people have to realize that they don't realize when it comes to social media is, so I can't just do anything. Like I have a personal policy with social media. I don't share GoFundMe pages.
Yeah.
Because whether they're legitimate causes or not, I can't, because if I do one, I got to do them all. You know, and I get daily. I've caught a lot of blowback from that too, because people are like, you know, why wouldn't you use your platform to help these people? And I'm like, well, I help a lot of people, but I also get a dozen requests a day to share GoFundMe pages. If I shared them all, we just have a page full of GoFundMes. You know. Well,
now everything is a fundraiser. Everybody's birthday is a fundraiser.
Yeah,
it's like can't even keep up.
That was cool though. I raised $9,000.
I raised $500.
Look at you. I raised $9,000 for American Valor.
Mine was for American Valor.
Yeah,
it's over 500. I don't know where it's at right now.
Yeah, people need to come to the American Valor. They need to come to the Chris Kyle Memorial Benefit on May 4th in the Stockyards there in Fort Worth. You can get tickets at my website, watchchad.com. It's
Did you buy my tickets?
I don't know you.
Come on.
I don't know you.
Can you get me in? Put me on the guest list.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm quite certain you'll be fine. But the no, there's power in social media with things like that. But you know, people ask me to share things. Can you share my new song? Can you share this? I can't do that for everybody. Can't do that. Now, as I said, there are channels that I'm connected to that people don't know about. I can help run them through that. But if people every day are asking me to share their videos or share something that they, you know, it's just, you can't. I'm inundated with that stuff.
So, okay.
It's my page, damn it.
It is your page. And I run into the same thing a little bit, not on your scale, but I get tagged in other people's posts about stuff. And if I put all of that, every
I hide
time
it from the timeline.
That's what I was saying. If I allowed everything on my timeline that I was tagged in,
I had
you'd never see anything that I did.
Yeah. Because what people don't understand about it is they think that by tagging people that their post is going to get a bigger reach. Well, it's not. So let's say you have, I have these guys who are having some big grand opening event and they'll tag 95 people.
Yep, they're hurting themselves.
You're hurting yourself because what you just did is, okay, so I have 2 million people that follow one of my pages. Well, if I tag you in it, I just brought my reach down to how big your reach is. You know what I'm saying? So I have to throw a wider net. I have to leave it more generic. I try not to put the URLs directly in the deal because they're not going to share third-party websites. Facebook doesn't want you leaving their website going to another website. They want you on their website. So if you're sharing YouTube videos or you're sharing URLs to another website, they're going to kill the traffic to that. If I'm tagging you in everything, it's going to kill the traffic because I just made my reach the same size as yours because it's the lowest common denominator that's there. So anyway, everyone wants to tag you and stuff. Hide, or I untag myself. Get out of there.
I don't hardly tag you in anything.
And it's not to be rude to people. It's just social media is my business, and I have to run my business the right way. We need a Facebook type of platform that does give free speech, that doesn't hinder the algorithms, that doesn't hinder the traffic. It needs to be something. Somebody needs to develop something. Because let me tell you something. Facebook, we went from 700,000 visitors a day on politicalcowboy.com down to 30,000 visitors a day overnight. I mean, just bam, they cut it down by 750,000. It's ridiculous. So anyway, and it's because again they start cracking down on what they deem fake news. Well, I mean, if people are that gullible and that stupid that they can't fact check something on their own, it's not Facebook to
read
police
something and understand that this is their opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so Facebook cracks down on all that stuff. But if I want to put, we scramble sometimes to sell tickets to shows because we put the link out there. And what happens? Facebook kills it.
Somebody wrote them something yesterday and said, "Thank you for sharing this. I never see Chad's post anymore."
Yeah.
And so it's still happening.
Trust me, I know. So we did the video the other day where we were the teaser video for Humor Me, which is my show on Blaze, and we did the teaser video with Larry Gatlin and John Rich, where we're talking about masculinity. Then we did the Jim Acosta spoof video. Now the one on masculinity is at 4 million views, okay? And share counts are through the roof. I don't care about views, I care about the shares. So we get on the Jim Acosta one, does 500,000. Sounds like a lot of numbers. For me, it's not. Then we did the one about getting offended, 500,000, like 480,000 views. It's terrible numbers. Terrible numbers. And why? Why does one on masculinity explode when we're talking about real manhood? And I think I have my reasons why, but and then other ones that are funny and just as humorous. I think the bottom line is certain topics people don't feel comfortable sharing, but I also believe they're not seeing it because the algorithms are getting shut down.
It's probably a little both, but I do. You're on point where you're talking about a topic that they can go. I wholeheartedly agree with this topic. I'm sharing it.
Yeah.
And boom, something that's funny. They go, "Oh, that's funny," and they might scroll on.
And it's safe to share. Because, if you share it, you're in the workplace or whatever, and you can't, blah, blah, blah. Your boss is checking your deal. But, they're wanting to, in certain states, they're wanting to start checking your internet search history for like the last 3 years and what you've done on social media for the last 3 years before you can even buy a gun. Yeah. Your search history for 3 years, I don't want to shoot any lesbians. Search history? Oh, man. That's funny stuff. Except it's scary.
It is scary.
And it's true. Yeah. Are we getting back on the keto?
Yeah.
When?
Tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow.
I'm good. I had a great weigh-in. It's time to start bulking up.
Oh, my gosh. Bulking up. Yeah.
So you have to watch the podcast or you don't get to see me muscle up.
Yeah. I think I've gained about 5 pounds back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unsatisfactory.
2 days ago, I weighed 202. I had gotten down to 196. But I didn't stay there. That was just dehydrated.
Oh, I was going to say.
Because I had a day
drink 2 bottles of water, you'll get it back.
I had a day full of diarrhea, and it was rough. Speaking of that, I got to end this episode because I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
I know. If you could fill the airtime, I'd just go and...
No, I don't want to feel that much time. I know how long you take in there.
It takes a long time.
Yeah.
I get my phone out. I start checking social media.
Yeah.
What better place?
Well, let's close this thing out, and you can take care of that.
You can check out your crap while you're on the crapper.
Yeah.
The commode was...
I could do it on your...
the commode was invented by a man named John Crapper?
No, I did not. You're making that up.
Nope. Look it up.
No,
Google it.
What am I Googling?
John Crapper. I think his first name was John. We'll find out here in a minute. I'm telling you, listen to the Chad Prather show. You will learn things.
I should.
Do you know how to spell crapper?
I got to figure out how to spell John first.
You don't even know what an Oxford comma is.
It's a myth.
Oh, my Lord.
John Crapper myth. I'm looking at it. The history of the outhouse. The Crapper myth. The myth.
What are you on?
No, I'm on Google.
Fact checking?
Yes, fact check.
Google tells the truth all the time. Yeah.
Thomas Crapper invented the toilet. Truth. He purchased some patents and made some improvements. So
am I right or am I right?
you're kind of right, but I mean, the crapper was invented by the Romans.
Yep. How about that?
So
there you go.
what? Did you find something better?
Steve Helms says, "Where you at? I'm at Piranha's having sushi and drinks. Come join." I'd rather stick a pitchfork in my eye than to join Steve Helms. Next thing, he'll be wanting to be on the show.
Oh, he'll want to be on it.
Yeah. You try to get Steve's worse than you.
How's that? He's
talking.
He is.
He's like, "Oh, thanks, man. Thanks." Say, "I really like that song you wrote." "Oh, thanks."
Steve Helms. I keep trying to think of it. He's that guy that's on Troy Aikman's video, right? On Troy Aikman's music video.
Yep.
Is that the guy? Yeah.
Yep. Steve Helms. He's on Troy Aikman's video. That's great. All right. We're going to check out of here. We love y'all. God bless you. Go to watchchad.com. Check it out. Find a show coming near you. We're going to be in Ramona, California. We're going to be in Anaheim, California. Cali. We're going to go to Springfield, Missouri. And we're going to be in Boise. In May, you don't know this.
No, I don't know this.
Just announcing this. Boise, Casper, Wyoming, Idaho Falls, and Spokane. So we were there last year. We're coming back to those 4 again.
Nice.
Yep. And we're going to be in Everett on March the 2nd or March the 3rd. No, March the 2nd, Everett, Washington, the historic Everett Theater, March the 2nd.
Because we have a 6-hour flight that day.
Just north of Seattle. And it's going to be fun. We packed that sucker out last year. We're going to pack it out again. So
do it.
Yep. And anyway, thanks for being on. Thanks for hanging out.
I'll do it again.
I'm sure you will. You vain son of a... I love you guys. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Go to blazetv.com/Chad. Sign up for the shows and use the promo code Chad, or you can just use CPS. CPS for Chad Prather Show. Let's just admire the logo here. Look at the logo. Look at it, Steve.
I got to look at it.
Yeah, look at there. If you're not watching, you don't know what we're talking about. So for Silent Herbert, the dead deer, sitting in Studio 22, we'll see you guys next time, coming to you 4 times a week. Love y'all. God bless. Bye.